Steph basically said he felt like y'all might have played like 40 good minutes, but 8 bad minutes. What was the trouble, do you feel like, tonight,
I
particularly?
think it was all about Atlanta. They just played a great game. We couldn't turn them over. They shot it lights out, 32 assists, 7 turnovers. I didn't think we played poorly. I didn't think we played that well. Obviously, 10 for 42. We needed to shoot better, but more than anything, they just played a great game and deserved it.
Steve, young, long, athletic team from the Hawks. Blazers kind of built similarly. You guys obviously have had some struggles against them this year. What will be the quickest switch for next game?
Well, I'm pleased with the process. It didn't feel like a high turnover game. I mean, obviously we ended up with 16, and I think we had 3 offensive fouls. It was not a loose game on our part, and not a good shooting night. So we've just got to stick with what we've been doing the last few weeks. Keep it simple, take care of the ball, and obviously knock down some shots. That always helps. But again, I don't think we were that bad. I thought it was more just they played a great game.
You mentioned the turnovers. You think you had 5 in the third quarter. They had gone that big run. Just what did you see there the second half of that third quarter?
Well, they're long and athletic. They did a really good job defensively. They did a lot of switching. We got into a couple late clock situations where they, kind of jumbled us up with their switching, and then we turned it over. So that stretch was a killer for sure. But again, these nights happen. There's talent all over the league. These guys are young and athletic and long, and they can give you a lot of trouble.
What's your philosophy on how long to keep your starters in a down game?
It was a tough one tonight. I mean, I was ready to take our guys out with probably 6 minutes left. I think they were up like 23 or something, and I was ready to pull the guys, but we made a little bit of a run, and it's a little bit of a feel thing with this group. With Jimmy, Dre, Steph. I'll pull them a little earlier than I would have, 6, 7 years ago with younger legs. So you just have to feel it. I felt like we needed to give it one more chance there after we fell behind by whatever it was. Early fourth, and we did. We made a little bit of a run, so I kept him out there for a few more minutes.
You mentioned the shooting. You get 30 from Jimmy, you get 30 from Steph. The role players don't really add in as much. What sort of was going on with that?
It's a basketball game. Last game, the bench had like 60-something points, so every game's different. We needed some shots to go in. We needed a couple guys to get hot. It didn't happen, and it's the way it goes.
Luke Kennard scored a season-high 22 points tonight, scored all 4 of their threes in that third quarter. A lot of them kind of right in front of your guys' bench. Was there any KYP issues there, or was it just him kind of catching fire?
I think 2 of them were off turnovers, corner threes. And they have a lot of playmaking with Jalen Johnson and Daniels and Alexander Walker. So they can break you down from multiple spots. And so they broke our defense down. Okongwu hit a couple threes from the top, and Kennard got going. So, like I said, they played a great game.
Steve, specific to Brandon and Moses, they've had some really high points this year. They've also struggled at times. Why do you think the consistency night to night has eluded them?
Well, that's part of being in this league is, advancing. I've always felt like, the great players play really well like 4 out of every 5 nights, and role players, it's kind of 2 out of every 4. There's a reason the guys make all the money. They're good almost every night. And for most of the league, guys like me when I played, it's kind of an every other night type thing. And if you can get to, 4 out of 5, you're going to make a whole lot of money, and you're going to become one of those guys. But that's all. It's all this league is the great players can do it every night. The younger players are trying to develop that consistency.